I said to my husband that, the language is inappropriate. It's not acceptable. And I was surprised because that is not the man that I know.
I have this huge platform on The View, and I just started thinking about giving voice to the voiceless.
What happens when a casual conversation on live TV transforms into a $100 million legal showdown? Sunny Hostin, a respected legal expert and co-host of The View, suddenly found herself entangled in one of the most high-profile defamation lawsuits of the decade. Her alleged offense: comments about former First Lady Melania Trump that ignited a media firestorm. But was this just another case of spirited debate taken too far? Or was Sunny stepping into dangerous territory by blurring the line between commentary and accusation? As hashtags trended and legal teams mobilized, one thing became clear. This story wasn't just about one moment on television. It was about the growing tension between freedom of speech and the consequences of public discourse in the age of instant outrage. Let's dive into the controversy that gripped headlines, divided fans, and redefined the rules for talk shows everywhere.
It's my parents. I'm not saying that just because they're here, but I think in many respects they were teenagers, and they ended up with this kid who was very inquisitive. My mother was studying to be a teacher, so she did a lot of her lesson plans on me. Wow. And so by the time I was 4, I was reading the New York Times. And so that sounds crazy, but that's how we lived.
Sunny Hostin wasn't just another face on daytime television. As a seasoned attorney and former federal prosecutor, she had built a reputation for delivering sharp, insightful legal commentary. Her position on The View brought her into millions of households every day, where she tackled everything from celebrity scandals to political controversies with a blend of intellect and candor. On the other side of this controversy stood Melania Trump, a name synonymous with luxury, style, and intrigue. Since leaving the White House, the former First Lady had maintained a relatively low profile, focusing on her philanthropic efforts and carefully curated public appearances. To her supporters, she was a dignified figure navigating the complex world of post-White House life. To her critics, her brand was inextricably tied to the controversies of her husband's presidency. It was against this backdrop that Sunny and her co-hosts launched into a seemingly ordinary discussion about public figures and the pitfalls of managing a personal brand. What began as a lighthearted panel soon took a sharper turn, setting the stage for a clash that neither Sunny nor her network could have anticipated.
That's unbelievable. But this is inspired by the summer that you spend at the beach with your family. So what is it like to share that time with your children?
It's amazing. I mean, there are only 3 places in the country where Black folks were allowed to summer on the beach.
It started like any other morning on The View. The panel of co-hosts began discussing the challenges public figures face in building and maintaining their personal brands. The conversation was broad at first, touching on celebrities, influencers, and political icons alike. But as the discussion unfolded, the focus shifted to former First Lady Melania Trump, a name that never fails to spark debate. Sunny Hostin, known for her analytical approach, weighed in with her perspective. She explored how public figures often craft philanthropic narratives to bolster their reputations. While her comments were framed in legal terms, they soon veered into speculation. Questions arose about the authenticity of Melania's post-White House initiatives, and Sunny suggested that knowingly false statements could, under certain circumstances, open the door to legal consequences. For viewers, it was classic Sunny, sharp, direct, and unafraid to tackle big issues. But not everyone saw it that way. Critics claimed her remarks crossed the line into unfounded accusations, and clips of the segment quickly spread across social media. The fallout would be swift, with reactions pouring in from all corners of the internet. What seemed like an ordinary segment on live TV was about to erupt into a full-blown legal and cultural storm.
I have this huge platform on The View, and I just started thinking about giving voice to the voiceless. What some people don't know about me is they know I'm a prosecutor, but I'm from the South Bronx projects. Like, I'm really just a everyday person, and I remember when I was 7, my uncle was in front of me, and our family never talked.
The response was immediate and explosive. Within hours of the segment airing, Melania Trump's legal team released a scathing public statement, accusing Sunny Hostin and The View of making blatantly false and damaging claims. The statement hinted at potential legal action, but no one anticipated the scale of what was coming. Social media platforms erupted. Hashtags like #CancelSunny and #StandWithSunny trended simultaneously, with users taking fiercely divided stances. advances. Detractors accused Sunny of recklessly attacking Melania's reputation, claiming she had blurred the line between informed analysis and baseless speculation. Supporters, however, argued that Sunny was simply doing her job, highlighting the legal risks associated with public branding. The controversy caught the attention of high-profile figures across the entertainment and political spectrum. Kim Kardashian, known for her recent legal advocacy, tweeted about the importance of accountability in media discussions. Megyn Kelly, no stranger to controversy herself, chimed in, emphasizing the fine line talk shows must walk between robust discourse and potentially defamatory commentary. Even Sunny's former co-host Meghan McCain weighed in, cryptically urging media figures to vet every claim before going on air. Behind the scenes, ABC executives scrambled to manage the crisis. Emergency meetings were held to assess the potential fallout, and legal teams were brought in to prepare for what was shaping up to be a high-stakes defamation battle. The tension wasn't limited to the network. Sunny's co-hosts faced their own dilemmas, torn between supporting their colleague and protecting their own reputations. But the backlash was far from over. As the story continued to gain traction, Melania's legal team made their next move, filing a $100 million defamation lawsuit that would shake the media world to its core.
Well, for me, the two moments are connected in a couple of ways, but I decided to become a prosecutor because I saw my uncle in front of me. And I saw that he didn't seem to matter to the police.
The filing of the $100 million defamation lawsuit sent shockwaves through the media industry. Melania Trump's legal team wasn't holding back. They accused Sunny Hostin, The View, and even the network's production company of spreading false and harmful statements that directly damaged Melania's reputation and philanthropic brand. The staggering figure attached to the claim only amplified the gravity of the situation, signaling that this was more than a symbolic gesture. It was a calculated move to set a precedent. Legal experts and media commentators quickly weighed in. Defamation lawsuits, particularly involving public figures, are notoriously difficult to win due to the high burden of proof required. Melania's team would have to demonstrate not only that the statements were false, but also that Sunny and the show acted with actual malice, a legal standard that involves knowingly spreading falsehoods or showing reckless disregard for the truth. Despite these challenges, many believe Melania's case had merit, especially if the remarks could be interpreted as presenting speculative opinions as facts. For ABC, the lawsuit presented a logistical and reputational nightmare. Executives scrambled to develop a strategy, torn between defending Sunny and minimizing the network's liability. Some insiders suggested issuing an immediate public apology to diffuse tensions, while others warned that such a move could be seen as an admission of guilt, bolstering Melania's case. The stakes were equally high for Sunny herself. While she maintained a public facade of calm professionalism, sources close to her revealed the immense personal toll the lawsuit was taking, facing the possibility of immense legal fees, reputational damage, and even the potential loss of her platform. Sunny found herself at a crossroads. Publicly, she emphasized her legal expertise, insisting that her comments had been made in good faith and based on publicly available information. Privately, however, her inner circle described her as shaken and overwhelmed by the enormity of the battle ahead. As the lawsuit gained traction, it ignited broader debates about the role of talk shows and media accountability. Critics argued that sensationalism had overtaken responsible reporting, while defenders insisted that robust commentary, no matter how controversial, was essential to free speech. The case was no longer just about Sunny and Melania. It had become a cultural flashpoint, symbolizing the fraught relationship between public figures and the media. With the lawsuit underway, the media frenzy only intensified. Talk show competitors dissected the case for their own ratings, while pundits debated every word uttered during The View's now infamous segment. The question loomed large: where is the line between spirited discussion and actionable defamation? And how would this high-stakes legal battle reshape the landscape of daytime television?
Process.
I definitely am a journaler, so I did that piece, and I also just sort of sat down and dictated a lot of my memories, and I just started from the beginning. I started from my childhood in the South Bronx projects.
Amid the swirling chaos of lawsuits, hashtags, and media speculation, Sunny Hostin remained outwardly composed. On air, she stuck to her role as a legal analyst, engaging in discussions with her usual sharpness and professionalism. But behind the scenes, scenes, the weight of the controversy was taking its toll. Publicly, Sunny addressed the situation with carefully chosen words. She emphasized that her comments during the segment had been grounded in her legal expertise and based on publicly available information. As a former prosecutor, she stated in a brief press release, "My intent was to provide legal insight, not to defame or attack anyone." She also expressed her respect for the legal process, vowing to cooperate fully with the ongoing case. Privately, however, sources close to Sunny painted a different picture. The stress of the lawsuit, coupled with the relentless media attention, had left her shaken. For someone who had navigated her share of controversies, this was uncharted territory. The sheer scale of the $100 million lawsuit and the potential fallout for her career loomed large. Friends and colleagues described her as determined but exhausted, acutely aware of the stakes involved. Adding to the pressure was the network's internal response. While ABC publicly supported Sunny, behind closed doors, there were intense debates about how to handle the situation. Some executives pushed for an on-air apology or retraction to de-escalate the conflict, while others warned that such a move could be perceived as an admission of guilt, strengthening Melania Trump's case. The co-hosts too felt the strain, walking a fine line between supporting Sunny and protecting their own professional reputations. For Sunny, the lawsuit became a deeply personal battle. She saw it as a test of her integrity and her ability to navigate the blurred lines between public commentary and legal accountability. But as the controversy dragged on, one question loomed larger than ever. How far was she willing to go to defend her words and her career? After months of legal wrangling, speculation, and public debate, news broke that a settlement had been reached in the defamation lawsuit between Sunny Hostin and Melania Trump. The announcement came without fanfare, but the implications were monumental. Both sides issued carefully worded statements, hinting at the terms but leaving many details shrouded in mystery. Sunny expressed relief that the matter had been resolved, reiterating her belief that her comments had been a fair and professional discussion of a public figure. She emphasized her respect for the legal process and clarified that her statements had been based on publicly available reports. Her statement stopped short of an apology, but it carried a tone of cautious reconciliation. Melania Trump's legal team, on the other hand, declared satisfaction that the harm to her reputation had been acknowledged, though the exact nature of the acknowledgement remained unclear. Insiders suggested the settlement included a financial component, likely far less than the original $100 million figure, as well as an agreement for The View to air a segment addressing the controversy. In a brief on-air statement, Sunny acknowledged the importance of clarity and care in public discussions, framing her comments as a learning moment without fully conceding fault. The statement struck a delicate balance, satisfying the settlement's requirements while avoiding a full admission of guilt. The industry reaction was swift but divided. Critics of Sunny saw the settlement as a validation of Melania's claims, interpreting the on-air clarification as an implicit acknowledgement that lines had been crossed. Supporters, however, viewed it as a victory for free speech, arguing that the resolution allowed Sunny to maintain her platform while navigating the legal challenges of her role. For The View and its producers, the case marked a turning point. New editorial guidelines were quietly implemented, with stricter fact-checking and legal disclaimers becoming standard practice. Discussions about public figures became more measured, with co-hosts treading carefully to avoid future legal entanglements. The settlement may have concluded the lawsuit, but its effects lingered. Sunny continued to face questions about the incident in interviews, often using it as an opportunity to emphasize the importance of accountability in media. For Melania Trump, the lawsuit solidified her image as someone willing to fiercely defend her reputation, adding a new layer to her post-White House narrative. In the end, the resolution of the case underscored a broader cultural shift. It highlighted the risks and responsibilities of high-profile commentary in an age of instant communication, where every word carries the potential for monumental consequences. Sunny's experience served as a cautionary tale, not just for her peers in the media industry, but for anyone navigating the complex intersection of public discourse, legal boundaries, and the court of public opinion. The resolution of the lawsuit left behind a trail of lessons, not just for Sunny Hostin and The View, but for the entire media landscape. It was a stark reminder of how thin the line between commentary and defamation can be, especially when discussing high-profile figures in front of millions of viewers. For Sunny, the experience reshaped her approach to her role as a legal analyst and media personality. She emerged more cautious, yet more resolute, often emphasizing the importance of verifying claims and framing discussions responsibly. In interviews, she described the ordeal as a pivotal moment in her career, a test of her professionalism, resilience, and commitment to public discourse. "It's a delicate balance," she said, "but as commentators, we have a responsibility to respect that balance." The View also underwent significant changes. Producers implemented stricter editorial standards, requiring rigorous fact-checking for segments that delved into sensitive topics. Legal disclaimers became a regular feature, and the co-hosts adopted a more measured tone when discussing public figures. The network was keen to avoid another costly and reputationally damaging legal battle, and the changes were designed to ensure that future discussions remained both engaging and legally sound. Beyond the show, the case highlighted a broader cultural shift. Talk shows and media outlets began to re-examine their practices, acknowledging that the anything goes era of daytime television might be coming to an end. Critics called for greater accountability, urging producers to treat speculative commentary with the same diligence as investigative reporting. At the same time, supporters of free speech argued that such scrutiny risks stifling robust public debate. For viewers, the lawsuit served as a reminder of the power and the risks of words. It sparked conversations about the responsibilities of public figures, the role of the media, and the boundaries of free expression. It also underscored how quickly a single remark can spiral into a legal and cultural storm, with consequences that extend far beyond the initial controversy. In the end, Sunny Hostin's story became a symbol of resilience in the face of adversity. She didn't just survive the lawsuit, she adapted, emerging with a stronger understanding of her platform and the influence it wields. For the media industry, the case became a sobering example of how quickly the wheel of public opinion can turn, and how vital it is to tread carefully in an era where every word is scrutinized under a microscope. As the dust settled, one thing became clear: the rules of media and public discourse are evolving, and those who failed to adapt risk being left behind. The lawsuit between Sunny Hostin and Melania Trump was more than just a legal battle. It was a defining moment for daytime television and the media industry as a whole. It forced a spotlight onto the delicate balance between free speech and accountability, raising important questions about the responsibilities of public commentators and the risks of unverified speculation. For Sunny, the experience was transformative. She weathered a storm of public scrutiny, legal pressure, and intense debate, emerging not unscathed, but undoubtedly wiser. Her journey became a testament to resilience, professionalism, and the ability to learn and grow under extraordinary circumstances. For viewers and industry insiders, the case served as both a cautionary tale and a catalyst for change. It highlighted the immense power of words and the profound consequences they can carry in an age of instant communication. The lessons learned extended far beyond the boundaries of one show or one lawsuit, reshaping how media platforms approach sensitive topics and public figures. In the end, the controversy faded, replaced by the next wave of headlines and cultural debates. But its impact lingered, a reminder of how swiftly public opinion can turn, and how crucial it is to strike the right balance between engaging storytelling and responsible journalism. Sunny's story and the echoes of that $100 million lawsuit will remain a reference point for years to come, a stark example of how one moment can redefine a career and an industry.